Hi everyone, I don't know if I'm live yet. I'm waiting for Zoom to let me know, but I am attempting to do my first attempt at streaming live with you all, and I just wanted to make Disobedient Media articles available to those who may not like reading or may not have time to always catch up with us on social media and read our articles. And my name is Elizabeth Voss. I am Editor-in-Chief of Disobedient Media, and we are really, really proud at Disobedient Media to attempt to always bring you the stories that really matter that maybe the mainstream press isn't covering, or that the mainstream press is misrepresenting oftentimes. And so this is not meant to be an analysis stream or a commentary. This is just simply me trying to bring some of the stories that we've written to you in a different format than we currently have available. And I'm still figuring out YouTube settings. I'm still figuring out how to stream properly, and obviously my image is not fully enlarged in the YouTube stream, so I will figure that out next time. But I thought I would start off with a recent article that I published with Disobedient Media that was titled New Year Heralded by Clinton, Assange, DNC Fraud Lawsuit Developments. I published this just a few days ago on January 11th, and I'm just going to read it to you because that's what we're here for. So I wrote that the new year was off to an adrenaline-filled start within just 11 days. During the first week and a half of 2018, Julian Assange received an Ecuadorian passport. An appellate court ruling confirmed that the DNC fraud lawsuit would continue. New Clinton investigations were announced by the Justice Department and the FBI. Assange caused a media stir within minutes of the new year when he posted a cryptic tweet that included singer-songwriter MIA's Paper Planes. The tweet inspired immediate media confusion and speculation amongst both the press and the public. Soon afterwards, reports emerged that a building on the property of Bill and Hillary Clinton had caught fire. The blaze was rapidly extinguished with no injuries reported, although the event sparked a nervous flurry among legacy press, including Salon. The outlet's coverage of the incident attempted to portray reporting on the fire as stimulating conspiracy theory, and I was really interested to see Salon's characterization of that as conspiracy theory. That the Clinton Foundation and Hillary Clinton's use of a private email server would receive renewed scrutiny from authorities within the initial days of the year served as an incredible start of an explosive 2-week period. Disobedient Media related that within 24 hours of the fire, 2 separate investigations were announced by the Department of Justice and the FBI into various facets of the Clintons' activities. One is being conducted by the FBI in regards to the Clinton Foundation, while the second inquiry by the Justice Department is investigating issues surrounding Hillary Clinton's use of a private email server during her term as Secretary of State. Over recent months, Clinton has also been at the center of allegations of corruption regarding Uranium One and the Trump dossier created by Fusion GPS. The latter has embroiled additional Democrats in the scandal, with news reports published earlier today, on the 11th when I published this article, indicating that Democratic Senator Dianne Feinstein blamed, quote, a bad cold for the controversial way in which she handled the release of an interview transcript for the co-founder of the firm behind the anti-Trump dossier. And in the article, I quoted a WikiLeaks tweet that stated, note on recent press, UK Gov claimed that it will arrest Assange because he changed his house arrest location without permission, a max $5,000 or 3 months penalty not valid and long spent. Assange has already served more than 14 times the maximum under UK sentencing. House arrest equals 50% time. Shortly following the FBI and Justice Department's announcement of their investigations regarding Clinton's scandals, the possibility of impending freedom for Julian Assange appeared to solidify. NBC reported that Assange had been granted a passport and therefore citizenship by Ecuador, with Foreign Minister Maria Fernanda Espinosa stating that officials accepted Assange's request for naturalization in December. News regarding Assange's Ecuadorian passport coincided with a tweet by the WikiLeaks editor-in-chief portraying himself in an Ecuadorian football jersey. Assange has been sequestered for over 5 years inside the Ecuadorian embassy in London. His captivity has endured despite UN findings and multiple other studies that describe the conditions in which he is held as contradicting laws of both the United Kingdom and the United States, as well as human rights standards. And I believe WikiLeaks also tweeted about 100 signatories of a statement to that effect. WikiLeaks tweeted, "Statement by Mr. Assange's legal team responding to yesterday's news. The UN ruling, issued almost 2 years ago, is crystal clear in its language. Mr. Assange is unlawfully and arbitrarily detained by UK authorities and must be released." Just hours after the news of Assange's Ecuadorian passport emerged, WikiLeaks wrote via Twitter that the UK government claimed it would arrest Assange because he changed his house arrest location without permission. Press reports also indicated that Ecuador had, quote, asked London to recognize Assange as a diplomat, which would give him safe passage out of the embassy without fear of arrest, but Britain had refused. On the same day, Disobedient Media reported that attorneys for the plaintiffs in the DNC fraud lawsuit had announced that the appeal of the suit's earlier dismissal would go ahead. The Beck stated via social media that the 11th Circuit Court of Appeal had ordered the suit to proceed and provided documentation regarding the ruling. At the time of writing, legacy press outlets have failed to report this important development of the DNC fraud lawsuit case. This is particularly disturbing given the major importance of the suit. But it falls into the larger pattern described in Disobedient Media's discussion of establishment Democratic Party corruption. Additionally, a film clip published by Project Veritas suggested that Twitter may have deleted Assange's account due to pressure from the United States government. The undercover film also shows the Twitter engineer discussing the company's refusal to verify Assange. The engineer then indicates that Twitter receives pressure to delete celebrity accounts from governments, quote, all the effing time. And then in the article I included a link to the Project Veritas clip discussing Assange and Twitter. Robert Mueller's controversial investigation into Russian collusion has also evolved in recent days. The Washington Times reported that Special Counsel Robert Mueller's team of investigators probing the, quote, 2016 U.S. presidential race has grown to include Ryan Dickey, a federal prosecutor responsible for investigating several high-profile cybercrime cases. As noted by Kim.com via Twitter, Dickey is known for his controversial prosecution of the Mega Upload founder. Significant progression within the first few days of the year and numerous underreported or often misrepresented stories set a dynamic tone of the year. The DNC fraud lawsuit, 2 separate Clinton scandals, and the growing possibility of freedom for Julian Assange made it increasingly apparent that if the last 11 days prove an indication of the character of the months to come, then 2018 may prove to be truly groundbreaking. And that's the end of that article, and thank you so much for joining me. I will be back in a very short amount of time to bring you more stories that we've written at Disobedient Media. I appreciate it. You can follow me on Twitter. My handle is at Elizabeth Lee Voss, Leavos. And Disobedient Media is at Disobedient News. And my colleagues include William Craddock, Kenneth Whittle, Ethan Lyle, and just recently the wonderful Adam Carter, and we're so glad to have him join us. Obviously, our website is at disobedientmedia.com, and we also have some other, we're also on Gab and Reddit and a few other places if you want to find us there. So I appreciate it. Thank you so much, and I'll be back shortly.